Okay, so we've got a couple of things that we need to correct that I did before. So originally I wasn't thinking about it, and I was taking these studs down to the subfloor, where in reality what I wanted to do was keep them on top of this sill plate. And so I think that we can fix that by going over here and figuring out which beam. So I will go to beam 30. I'll open that back up, and I'm going to put trim, and I'm going to click parts to trim to. Does this help having this red circle, or is that distracting? But okay, so parts to trim to, and we're going to trim to this part. Awesome, that did it. So green check. So we're going to need to come to these beams at the end. So I'm going to click on this one. And so that is beam 28. We're going to double click on that. We're going to put trim and parts to trim to. So you can either trim to a face or to a part. For this, it's easier for us just to trim to the part. So we're just going to click the part that we want to trim to. Green check. Let's see if there's any others. Yeah, these two over here on this side need it as well. So we're going to click on that one. And that's beam 29, parts to trim to are going to be, whoops, trim, parts to trim to, there we go, green check, and last one here, what is this one, 31, so we're going to double click on that, and once again, click trim, parts to trim to, and green check. Okay, so now if we look at this, we've got everything pretty much that we want here, but we are going to need to trim out we're going to need to trim out everything that oh, this one didn't. All right, so click on that, which that's 31, trim. Oh, I didn't select the part to trim to. There we go. Green check. All right, so now we need to get rid of these studs that are inside our door and the sill plate where the door is. So we're going to do another sketch, and I'm just going to do it on the face of one of these studs. So it doesn't really matter which stud because they all should be the same. Then I'm going to do corner rectangle, and I'm going to go from this corner right here. So I light up the edge of that stud and the top of my header. So I'm going to go from that corner, and I'm going to drag it down to, and I know all the scrolling in and out that I do, it's really difficult to do if you don't have a mouse, but I'm going to light up that so it's in line there, and then I'm attaching it right down here at the bottom, and then I'm going to go green check. And then I am going to, let's see, I get it centered here. So then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to do extrude. And I'm going to go remove. And I'm going to select sketch 21 so it does that whole block. And let's see which direction. Yeah, it's going the correct direction. Good. And I'm going to make it through all. And then I just have to select the pieces I want to trim out. So I click on merge scope down here, and I'm going to select this stud. Oops, that one didn't go. And this stud. And this stud. And bottom stud. I'm going to go green check. And I made one minor mistake, which I'll fix by going up here to the sketch. Whoops, to the sketch again. And I'm going to show constraints. I'm going to click on that horizontal constraint, and then I'm gonna make sure I'm looking at it square on there. So I was looking at it isometric still. So here's the problem. This stud here was supposed to stay, and so I trimmed it too far over. So I just need to move this over. So the best way to do that would be, I think, take the coincident tool, click on that, and then click on this, see if that'll let me do it. Yeah, let me move it over. So I just constrained it to the other side of that stud because I had it on this side of the stud over here. I wanted it over here. So green check. All right, why is it not? Why are those studs showing up still? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, because I was looking at the ones on the back. So now if we look at it at an angle here, we have our, why is that? Come on. So we got to go back in sketch 21. Apparently I attached it to the wrong thing up here at the top corner. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm going to get rid of that one. And then I am going to take my coincident tool. I'm going to take this edge and I'm going to attach it to that edge. I'm going to have to take that corner, attach it to that corner. You know what? It'd actually be easier if I just started this sketch over again, probably, for everyone. So to fix my problem, my mistake, we're just going to highlight everything that we have in this drawing, hit the delete key, so it's gone. Then we're going to take a corner rectangle, and I'm going to light up that edge there. So it's attached to the edge of the cripple, not to the edge of that stud that we're ultimately going to remove. And I'm going to come back down here, and I'm going to light up that edge and bring it down to there, and green check. And my extrusion should still work. It did, and now I have it the way I want it. See here, before I had this sill plate was coming out a little bit farther than what I wanted, and so now that is trimmed correctly. So now we have our doorway. All right. Okay, so we've got our doorway. Let's do our roof. Here's where it's going to get interesting. Because I know how to do the roof, where we are going to, if I were just doing it over this part, but we wanted to make it overhang the building, right? Overhang that little porch. Okay. Probably 2 pillars, one on each corner, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Do we want I'm thinking about having, I'm going to pause the recording while we're having our little discussion here. Recording now. So we decided that we are going to have the peak running front to back on the shed with the slope going towards the door on the side. With that in mind, part of what we're going to do is going to require some studs to be put on the outside of the shed, kind of as like pillar type things. So I think the next thing that we're going to want to do is put our siding on the shed, and so we're using 4x8 siding. So we're going to go here, and we're just going to start here on the front, I think, and we're going to go sketch. Anywhere here on the surface will work. And which direction did we go from on here? Well, actually on this, because it's 8 feet wide, it doesn't matter. We can start from either direction. So we're going to go and do a corner rectangle. We're going to start at the top, and we're going to go down here. And then we're going to do a second one here. That goes from the center to the bottom corner. Oops, so I messed up. It has to go above this wood here. So I'm going to actually click undo twice and get rid of those drawings that I just did, those sketches I just did, or those rectangles I just made. Once again, I'm going up to corner rectangle. I'm going to go from the top, and then I'm going to come and light up the center, but then I'm coming up and I'm going to attach that. Well, I'm going to go up a little bit like that, and I'm going to take my coincident tool, and I'm going to click that bottom and then click there, and so that's going to attach it. The problem I had before is I took it down to the subframe, and on this back where I need it to go is above on top of the floor that's going to be on there. Okay, so then I'm going to do another corner rectangle. Oops, did I do green check already? I guess I did. That's okay. So then we're going to go extrude. I'm going to click sketch 22 because I want all of sketch 22. It's going to be new. I want to make sure it's coming out away from the shed, which it is. And how thick is the siding? I think it's 5/8, but let me double check on that. The siding is 7/16. So I'm going to go for my thickness here. I'm just going to 7/16 because I don't want to look up the decimal and I don't remember what 7/16 is. So it's 0.438 and green check. So now I've got a piece of siding going across the front. I'm going to go and look at it from the front again. I'm going to do another sketch. Any one of these beams is fine to select. Corner, rectangle. I'm going to start at the bottom of that siding that I just made, and I'm going to go up to the top corner. Green check. Extrude. Seven sixteenths. And faces, I'm just coming over here and I'm clicking sketch 23, so it is all of that sketch. Green check. And we call it good. Now, here comes the challenging part. No, that's not gonna, so we're gonna have to, so I'm turning it around and looking at it from the back now. And I am going to do another sketch. I'm gonna click the back side of this siding, and then I'm gonna do a corner rectangle, and I'm gonna go from the top corner of our front window to the bottom corner of our front window, and I'm going to go green check, and then I'm going to do extrude, remove, and I want to make sure that, well, the face isn't sketch to extrude. I'm going to do sketch 24, just click on that so it automatically does all of sketch 24. Merge scope, I'm going to click the two what do you call it? The two pieces of siding. We're going to go green check, and now we have our siding with that window cut out. Okay, next one, we are going to, let's do the back. We're going to go ahead and do the back. And so I would be able to mirror it, except for I can't mirror. The only reason I cannot mirror the front to the back is because we started our siding above these, whatever you call them, above these floorboards. So we're going to go around to the back. Actually, as I think about this, we could do that and have those, maybe we do bring it down when we actually build it, but I'm going to leave it for now. So we're going to go sketch. I'm going to pick any one of these back studs. Then I'm going to do my drawing. And it's probably to right there. I want to see what that is. Dimension. Okay. So yeah, green check. All right. And then I'm going to do extrude. Sketch 25. 7/16. Make sure it's going out, which it is. So we're going to go green check. And I don't know why I didn't think about this when I did the front, but we can actually mirror this. So I'm going to do mirror. Entities to mirror, I'm clicking this piece of siding. I'm going all the way up to the top. I'm going to select mirror plane, and then I'm going to click front, I think is the right one. Is that? Yep. And we're going to go green check. So now I've got siding on the back. So now we get to do the ends. So here's where it gets a little sketchy because we are going to have to use two pieces of siding for this. So we're going to do sketch. We're going to pick any one of these end pieces, and we are going to then do a corner rectangle tool. We're going to go up here to the top corner, and then we're coming down here to this center point. Holy crap. A mouse just ran across my desk. A mouse. No, dead serious. All right, let's pause the recording. Okay, we are out of time. As always, thank you for watching, and I think I'm going to go ahead and leave my mouse comments in the video because, hey, we all need a little bit of excitement in our lives. Till next time, let me know if you have any questions, and we will pick up where we left off. Thank you.